okay. I'm doing great.
You're doing great. So, and then when I used to call you Thursday special. Because then it would look like you're quiet the whole week, quiet. Thursday,
Yeah.
hit them.
Yeah, we are papazi.
You're papazi. Thursday, you're like, okay, fine. I'm moisturizing.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the things that need to be done. I'm a host. I'm
Yeah.
out there with the voice. I'm a dancer. I'm a moisturizing with which I read.
Yeah.
What was going on? Which one is your personality?
I'm all of it. I like all of the above. There's obviously, I can't make noise every day.
Yeah.
I can't be loud every day.
You need to recharge.
Yes. So there is a side of me that is very reserved. I like my space. But then there's also that Mpumi who has to get turned when it's time to get turned.
Yeah.
So there's Mpumi at home. There's Mpumi at group. There is Mpumi at work. So you had to see that, okay, sharp. So at this time, Mpumi pulls through. So I did Mpumi in any best possible way I could.
Yeah. Who were you immediately attracted to?
Like on
just
romantic,
physique.
physical.
On just physical, like, oh, attracted.
Easily, without a doubt, Zintle. It was definitely Z. And I kind of had to throw caution to that, not away. I had to focus on that and be like, okay, cool. That girl is very attractive, and I have this thing of falling easily if I, share an intimate space with somebody enough. It ends up getting real. So I was like, this one's gonna break my heart. Let me watch her for a week or two and see how things go.
And then when Mpumi?
Who was I attracted to?
Yeah, when
coming
you
inside the house.
When you came inside the house, first hours. We're not talking tomorrow. First hours.
Oh, guys, you're
Tell
so
that
spicy, bro.
I'm just asking. I just want to know.
Honestly, I liked Bravo and Jareed.
Bravo and Jareed.
Yeah, I liked Bravo
They're
and Jareed.
so different.
Yeah, I know they're so different. It's for different reasons as well.
But
'Cause
also it was a couple of hours.
Yeah, because also like when I first stepped and I thought, okay, sharp, Bravo looks like a nerd, very like also snobbish nyana, until he started talking and then I realized that this is my boy. And then with Jareed was, interesting. Yeah, there was like, interesting. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's you and Lerato.
Yeah, I mean.
And else sometimes.
Oh God.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna admit, just to start off there, I do have a soft spot for Els.
You do.
I never really quite knew how to navigate it, but I knew that I didn't want to get involved in any kind of entanglements with her or, kind of extend myself beyond what Lerato and I had, because it was quite real, maybe people thought that we were putting on a show. Sometimes we did. We would literally discuss, okay, we're going to fight in front of everybody, and then we're going to see who goes to your side, who comes to my side.
Yeah.
Like we would use mechanisms like that to kind of suss out where people are at. Yeah, we were working overtime. But like with Lerato, it was literally like she was this girl who's bubbly, but then I would see that like something was not okay. So I'd go and check on her, and I found out that she was suffering from headaches.
Yeah,
so
I remember that
check
week.
on her, and through all of that interaction, it stopped just being like, "Hey, are you okay?" To, "Hey, you okay?"
Yeah.
And then you have a relationship with Jareed.
That's how all the conversation started with me. Hey, Ghost.
Because you were such a large part of your storyline, right? You had Mpumi, the personality, the dancer, the actor,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but when we are sitting there and there's no Thursday night, what is it?
Pool
Task
party.
presentation. There's no
Yeah.
pool party. There's no what's that. The large part of it is you with Jareed and Liema.
Yeah. Let me tell you about that stamp,
It's so
personally,
weird to watch on TV. Have you seen the videos?
I haven't. Like, genuinely, I haven't. Okay, let me first start. But the social part, I will always say this. I haven't went through my socials to check what people are saying or were saying about me. Simply because I believe that when I went into the house, I was Mpumi. I lived my life on TV. Coming outside of the house, this is Mpumi. Moving on. It's from point A to point B. So whatever happened inside the house is something I can never go back and change. That's just about it. As for this Tembu situation, the reason why I had to actually exit the whole entire thing is because I felt like it took away so much from what was good about Mpumi. And at some point, I felt like, you know what, baby girl, you are acting out of character. You know that this is something that you wouldn't really do if you were outside of the house.
Yeah.
So when you're inside that house, sometimes you think that, I think I should be doing this just so I can be relevant or interesting to watch on TV, of which was a very huge part of Mpumi. You've lost it. Come back to your senses and actually start moving the way you would move if you were outside. I don't want people to remember me from Mpumi was Tembu, Mpumi was Jariti. Mpumi always had to fight with Liema or just trying to get Liema's person. No, I didn't want that. And it happened. It is like that now. And it's still okay. Like, we're all human and we're just living, guys. We just all happen to be on TV for you guys to actually witness our lives like that.
This is very true. Personally, I liked it in the beginning when you didn't catch feelings. When it kind of felt like you're poking. I like people who poke in the game. I like Papaghost in the beginning as well, because I was just like, people seem relaxed. They need to be poked a bit. And Papaghost was doing that, right? So I liked it at the beginning when you were like, yeah, let me just go poke and go back to my and see what happens. Poke, come back, see what happens. I like that about you. But like when you started catching feelings, I was like, are we playing the game here?
Let me tell you something. We obviously live in the same house. We talk to each other every day. Some of our journey, like a part of being in the house, was really a game. And some of the game wasn't really a game. When I talk to you every day, there are parts where I'm going to feel connected with you. I start caring about you. I might not say love you on a romantic level, but I see a brother in you. I see a friend in you. It was just so hard to establish or try to distinguish if this can be something outside the house after this, because I don't know you like that. And I'm not sure if you're being real. What happens when I come outside and then tada, and I'm like, okay,
you're married.
I connected to this person because I thought you were this. Person, and then now coming outside, you're this. So obviously, no, so relationships outside the house, they're different. They are definitely different. If maybe Papaghost and Baniba and you were to meet now and start talking, you might find that they would actually be in a relationship because you're getting to know each other in a different environment.
That's true.
So that was the case inside the house because you were so unsure. You're like,
Papaghost. So with Els, were you attracted to Els?
Yes. I was attracted to Els,
oh my God,
but only up until a certain point where I started to get to know her and I saw her in different ways, you know. My attraction to her was initially surface, and then it turned into, okay, I like you, but I don't think it's quite in the way that I thought, you know. And hence I was able to just navigate through my relationship with her without ever really triggering my partner in the house at the time, except on one particular night.
So Mpumi, and then you leave this temple, and then you kind of go and advise Liema, and then you try pull her upstairs and talk to her, and then when the crowd didn't react the way that you guys thought it reacted, it would react when Jared was on screen. You were like, if the crowd is reacting like this, maybe we're doing something wrong. What were you trying to do with Liema at the time?
So you asked, like, we're talking about me leaving, right?
You left this temple now, but now you're trying to convince Liema. No, can you?
So to me, again, I told you, I had to exit the whole entire situation because I could tell by how I was that Mpumi, you're not who you are. I could tell with how I felt, Mpumi, you're not who you are. Okay, cool, fine. So a part of me was like, to Jared at some point I felt like it was a game, as much as he would say that it's genuine. I was not certain. I was not certain on that level. So talking to Liema, it was just a matter of, honey, do you really want to go further with this? Do you really want to do more of this? Because by far, okay, sharp, we'd have chats here and there where she feels like she has done too much. So I was just trying to be like, no, baby, you don't have to feel like that. What's done is done. But do you still want to be a part of this? Because they kept on breaking up and getting back together. So initially, that on its own is just toxic. Like, that on its own was just toxic. And then it questioned, okay, if that is what's happening to them, what about me? Because now I just felt like, okay, what we have could be real. But then with how he treated us, it was not the same. So now I was just trying to be with, like, cordial, because people thought I hated Liema maybe at some point in the house, which is something that I didn't hate Liema like that.
What do you mean when you say he didn't treat us equally?
It's not equal, they say me, but yeah, I get it. It was a thing of, okay, with me, Mpumi brings out the turned side of Jareed, and then there's Liema, who you chill with, you hang with, you talk, you guys spend hours at night together, you go through Bible scriptures, you sleep next to me but in a different bed, like you spend more time with her. But when you're with me, okay, we're here, we're living in the moment, and then once you're done, you're going back to that side. So obviously when you're doing something wrong, people won't look at me. They're going to look at Lee, not Mpumi, because they feel like, now Mpumi here, number 3, Mpumi we pay, Mpumi we pay, basically. Yeah, so I was just like,
yeah. And did he come to you and say, I like you?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
He did. Like, that's how everything started.
Yeah.
Like, it was a thing of, Mpumi, actually, I like you. You are the girl that I would go for outside the house. But for me, it was like, I'm not so sure about it, because during the week, Mpumi also, like, this is Mpumi.
Yeah.
And then during Irina task, okay, Mpumi is actually capable of doing this. I don't know if you were attracted to the other side of me, or the Mpumi on a Saturday night and Thursday when I'm all dolled up and I'm dressed. So I was, like, from the beginning, I wasn't really sure. But I think this person is more in love with the Mpumi on Saturday nights or Thursdays, when there's alcohol involved, when there's music involved. Like, he enjoyed that side of me. But more than anything, would have conversations, deep, meaningful conversations. I think that's also where he realized that actually there's more to this girl than just what I probably thought is. Like, there is. So I think a lot just happened, man. So